Welcome back to Supreme Dental Podcast Studio. My name is Frank Navarro. My wife and I are the owners of Supreme Dental Clinic. You can be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. And don't forget to like, subscribe. We also have an email address, and we also have a phone number you guys can call. Leave any suggestions for future podcasts. Remember, this podcast is meant for you guys, the patients. But today's a special day. Today we have our first patient at the podcast here with us, Mr. Hopkins.
Yeah, what's up, man?
And we're super happy to have you. We know you've been in that chair for the past 3 days.
Yeah.
So either you have a strong back or you're aching because you've been there for quite some time.
Man, y'all made it real hospitality-wise, man. So I'm very appreciative.
Well, I appreciate it. And I want to let you know a little bit what this podcast is about. See,
okay.
We get a lot of people in Instagram, which I'm pretty sure that's actually where you actually were referred by someone else to us.
Right.
But I think you made point of contact with us through Instagram, right?
Exactly. Yes, sir.
So a lot of people in Instagram have sent us messages, dentists, saying what you're doing is fake. They say there's no way you can get somebody done in 3-4 days. There's no way you can do someone's smile that fast. And that's what we kind of made this podcast for, was to tell people, you know what? This is real,
right.
Number one. Number two, if anybody's telling you it's not real and they can't do the results that you're seeing, then maybe you should probably change somewhere else.
Exactly. I agree.
So I'm curious to know, who's Mr. Hopkins? You know,
Okay.
what does Mr. Hopkins do? How did you hear about us? What you got done? You know,
Right.
Tell us.
Okay. Well, in the industry, I'm known as Road Runner. I'm a part of Badass Music Syndicates, where I'm Lil Boosie Badass, tour manager, A&R for the label. Right now, we're doing the Badass Dog shows across the country in the U.S. Yeah. So with that being said, I had a couple of friends of mine that came down to Supreme Dental Clinic, and I was impressed with the work. And they told me, they was like, man, it took us like 3-4 days to get it done, but you're gonna love the hospitality, you're gonna love the service. Everything was professional, clean, you know, because just being in the States, man, and in Mexico, and you know, they try to give all kind of bad experiences, but man, the city is so clean. I was very impressed. The streets are clean. The environment is clean. I got here on Monday morning. I was introduced to my crew. Shouts out to Miss Dose, you know, Dr. Dose.
There you go.
Yeah. I put I don't think she's so far familiar with Jay-Z, but Jay-Z got a line in one of his songs where you say, do say it's the shit if I do say so myself, you know?
Yeah.
So I've been using it on her all week, you know? So shouts out to Miss Duce, Dr. Duce. She did a wonderful job. She coached me through everything. It took like 5-6 hours a day, but everything from the Novocaine to the dental work, everything was just something I was used to having in the States. So it was nothing out of the ordinary, where it was something that I wasn't comfortable with or anything like that. They reconstructed my whole mouth, man. I had a big gap, as you're gonna see in the videos. I had a big gap in divided teeth, and they just boosted my confidence, man. And I'm just ready to take on the world now with a new smile. And like I was telling Dr. Duce, man, I posted my smile yesterday, and I got like 5 people right now saying, man, set me up, I'm coming, you know. So y'all will be seeing me a lot more, just coming down, bringing other clients.
Definitely tag us. You know, we're all about that. We're all about that. That's awesome. That's awesome. This is obviously, I'm not a doctor. My wife and I are the owners.
Right.
And you're not an actor. No. You're a real person. We don't do this. I don't do this professionally.
Right.
And I love these stories. I love these stories, man. You know, obviously, where are you coming from?
I'm coming all the way from Montgomery, Alabama.
You're far ways from home.
Long way from home, man.
So you got here. So what did you expect? Have you ever had work done in Mexico before?
This is my first time ever leaving the States.
Wow. So what made you say, you know what, especially with the news right now, because everybody's saying you cross the border, don't go to Mexico. They're gonna close the borders. The borders are closed. You're gonna get mugged. The cartels are gonna pick you up while you're eating tacos.
Man, see, that's my wife, my mom, like everybody. Like I done had to put this app called 360. Like all my sisters, they've been like every 5 minutes they checking in. So like I was telling my mom and my family and my wife, I was like, man, I've did my research and everything, and all the responses I got is like it's not like that here in Los Algodones.
Los Algodones, yeah.
Los Algodones. So it's not like that here, and like even where I was staying, like I met people. The world's so small. My neighbors in where I was staying, they have family members from my city. So we sat out and talked a couple nights, had a couple beers, So everything was just smooth, man. I was able to walk, get food, different times of the night, nothing, no weirdness or nothing going on. So I was real comfortable. After doing my research, I was already comfortable, but, just to smooth my wife and my family, my mom, them down, they stayed in contact. I was showing them different parts of the city and everything, but it's none of that. I didn't see nobody that looked at like a cartel. I haven't even seen any. I seen a police truck one time.
Yeah.
And for that to be for a small city, I was thinking in Mexico, and you have your stereotypes. I was looking for something else, and I was totally wrong.
Yeah, actually, we just put a video like about 2 weeks ago about the Mexico that they want you to see. I don't know if you've seen that video, but it was like, don't go to Mexico. There's so many people got killed in Mexico. Don't go. And all of a sudden it says Supreme Dental's Mexico, and everybody's smiling. Everybody's trying to sell you something.
Yeah.
You have so many patients that come in. Obviously, they're coming here because you guys did your homework.
Right.
And you could have gone anywhere else in the world. You could have gone to Colombia, Brazil. You could have gone anywhere else.
Right.
And you're here with us. And I mean, obviously, it makes it extra special. You've never been to Mexico, so
right.
So that's awesome.
The only thing I was worried, I said, man, every night, like for the first 2 nights, I was drinking soup because I couldn't eat. You know what I'm saying?
Temporaries,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, my temporary. So I was drinking soup. Then another thing that was good when you come here, the restaurants and stuff. They have stuff on the menu that can keep you that you can eat when you're going through this process. So I was drinking soup, and I was telling my wife, man, I cannot go to Mexico and don't eat no tacos or no Mexican food. I cannot come and don't take part in the culture. I'm a big guy, so I want to test it out. So man, after I got my perms in, my permanents in, I was able to go right and eat. So no pain, no nothing. So that's how I know the process was done right, because right when Dr. Duce was walking me through and telling me, you're not going to experience that much pain during this time, that time, everything was right. Everything.
Welcome to Supreme Dental Facts. Did you know nearly 25% of American adults have no teeth? You heard it first at Supreme Dental Podcast. Floss, brush, and keep smiling.
So you just had your full mouth done.
Full mouth.
And I don't see your face being swollen. You're able to eat.
Yep. I had 4 root canals.
So after all that work, can you believe it?
I can't believe it. I couldn't believe the fact that I'm not in pain. I couldn't believe the fact. My whole thing was and this is coming from people that's in the States when they go into different parts. Either they got those big chiclets.
Yeah.
Or they got the little bitty ones, And I told you, Frank, hey man, I don't want those big teeth, bro. I can't, you know what I'm saying? And you was like, well, I got you. You like, don't worry about nothing. Trust me, I got you. I'm gonna make sure you're right. And you stood by your product and you stood by your word.
Thank you. And actually, another question that you said was, what type of food is there around there, or what type of? That's one of the questions.
Yeah, I was like, man, what can I? Because I don't want to come in if I can't. And see, that was my question on the level of not knowing the city, and I was trying to stay like close to everything. I didn't want to go outside my boundaries because, You know what I'm saying? I'm big on respect. I'm big on understanding the where I'm at, where I need to be, and where I should be. So I wanted to make sure I stayed inside my boundaries here, where I don't get myself in a situation. But that was totally out the question when I got here. All I seen was work, hard work, people hustling, making their money. You know what I'm saying? They hospitality, even if they was trying to. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I crossed the border, they was like, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? You need help. You need help. Everybody's, you know, that's the culture. You know, you have to deal with it. But other than that, that was it, bro. That was it. Just knowing my boundaries, where I was staying at, and where I needed to go and where I didn't need to go. And the whole 3-4 blocks here, everything was the same. You know, people working, people. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. Even if you're not shopping with them, they okay. Have a good day. You know, it's nothing. It was no hostile situation at all.
I think that's a very important thing is if you look for trouble, no matter where you're at, you're going to find trouble.
Exactly.
So, I mean, a lot of people, there's different parts of Mexico that there probably is trouble. Mm-hmm. There's different parts of the United States. Any state, you look for trouble, you're going to find it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Well, I'm actually very happy, very, very happy. Now, tell me about, because you didn't have to bite into any, well, besides your temporaries, but all your mouth was taken digitally. Right. I don't know if you've seen that. They were digital scanning your whole mouth.
That was what was so dope about the situation was, I'm like, again, I'm here in Mexico. Yeah. I don't know. Look at you. Like, I didn't expect none of this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why you see me when I came in the other day. I was rubbing the walls. I was doing all kinds of, you know what I'm saying? But to see them digitally take my mouth, and I'm watching the whole thing of how they digitally taking it, and they reconstructed and did my whole mouth off digital. Like all the equipment and everything is up to par, man. This is some Supreme Dental going on. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. You know, they told me we're number one in 2 of the largest agencies worldwide. Okay. And I remember one time they told me, you cannot be as good as a clinic in the U.S. You have to be better. You have to, whatever technology they have, you have to have it already and be looking at whatever else is coming out. Right. Because when they think about a different country, they're thinking about, oh, well, what am I to expect? Right. So here at Supreme, we have 6 accreditations that are valid in the United States. We're part of the American Dental Association International members. Right. And that's to make you guys feel safe. Right. We have doctors that just came back from Spain last week, 3 weeks ago. 2 of them came back from Argentina. Dr. Dulcin, she took a course not too long ago on aesthetics. Actually, this past Sunday, they took another course on digital, to be able to take all digital. And that all that digital gear that you've seen, it's the latest and greatest. So they even got the Alienware laptops. When they're scanning you up and it's fast, it's going really quick. It did. And from there, they send it to the lab. And the lab gets it digitally. The guy starts designing your smile. And I sent you that post when he had the picture that we took with your smile. They put it together and they started designing your smile according to it. So it's not just according to your mouth, because you can have a big mouth but a little face. Right. And then you're gonna have huge teeth, and you're like, I don't like those teeth. Right. So you gotta make your mouth, but also it has to fit your face. Exactly. You know. So and people come in and we do this in 3 days, 4 days, depending on what it is. Sometimes we take a little bit longer depending on the process. But I'm very excited with your case, because when you came in, it was not a very difficult case, but it wasn't an easy case. I think every case is different. Yeah. But I knew that the first thing you told me was, this is what I don't want. Right. And I talked to Dulce and I said, this is the last thing we want. And she said, no problem. We're going to digitally scan them. And we talked to the lab. We talked to 2 different labs. Mm-hmm. And we said which one we wanted to go with. Okay. To make sure that your smile was a supreme smile, like you said.
Yeah, it's definitely supreme, man.
So definitely. What is it going to be like now when you go back home?
Okay. When I go back, man, you know, I'm the type of guy where no matter what, that's why the music industry is so easy for me to do, because I don't get to the point where I don't think it's a room that I can't be in. I'm at the point where it's rooms I want to get in, you know. Okay. And I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I'm more I understand more that your look determines where you go as well. So I didn't want to go in a room where I'm trying to conduct a $500 million deal with goals in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's don't determine the person, but it is a part of your presentation.
Yeah, the first thing you look at.
Right, exactly. So with my businesses flourishing right now, it was the best investment for me.
That makes perfect sense.
Right. So before I invested in a watch, a necklace, or this, that, and the third, I rather invest in my appearance for those reasons right there alone.
There you go. So now you go back. Now you work with a lot of you have a lot of athletes. You have a lot of rappers,
right.
A lot of people in the music industry.
Right.
What do you think it's gonna be? Have you sent this to family members yet or anybody?
Yeah,
yet?
well, my family's seen it. I told Boosie last week. I had a situation. I can give you a story real quick where I had a couple deposits in my bank account that I had to give him, and I lost my wallet. So I'm in a situation where I got a paper ID, but I'm trying to pull a lump sum of money out my account. You know, and the banks, they doing what a bank should do. They kind of giving me a hard time of getting it. So I'm telling him, like, bro, I got all this money in my account from these shows. I need to get it to you, but I done lost my wallet. So he's like, well, you need to go to this bank. This is my bank I bank with. They know me more here. So it was a regular day through the week. I don't think I had no jury on anything like that. And he was like, man, you need to go in. You need to put a chain on something when you go in there looking for me. They'll know that you for real or whatever like that. He said, you ain't got nothing but them goddamn goals in your mouth. I said, don't worry, the goals gonna be gone next week. Goddamn, when I go get this smile, I ain't gonna need nothing. You know, so I can't wait. I can't wait for him to see him. I told him, but he ain't seen it yet. You know, so I can't wait to pull up on him, let him know I'm smiling like you now.
You know, we had a football player, an ex NFL wide receiver, who's going to be in this TV show, and he came here to get his smile done before he was accepted on the TV show.
Okay.
We've had people that said, I have this project going on, but I got to get my mouth done first, because I want to be able to feel the part.
Right.
And I feel that a lot of patients out there have been going through this. I mean, you obviously you're in the rapping industry, but you can be in the business industry, you can be in the culinary industry, you can be in whatever industry you want. Yeah. But being able to smile makes a huge difference.
Makes a huge difference.
You know, that brings beauty to your smile. It looks crazy, but you could be wearing whatever you want, and you could be feeling like $1 million, but if you can't smile.
Yeah.
Or when you talk, but now you be able to talk and it looks nice, pearly white.
Right.
It just you look just cleaner. It's just better. And it just makes you have that swagger, you know.
Right. Exactly. It does that. I've been in the mirror for the last 2 days. I was in the mirror like this with my bottom done. You know what I'm saying? So even this morning when my wife FaceTimed me, I got out of bed and I was walking in the bathroom. I had no lights on. She was like, God, they even white in the dark. You know what I'm saying? So, now I got to make her appointment. I got to make, I got a lot of artists I deal with. Kendrick Perkins from Sports Center.
Okay, wow.
Ex-NBA champion. His team, they reached out to me this morning like, bro, send me your befores and after. I got to get over there.
Yeah.
So it's I told him, I'm telling everybody, when you get there, man, tell Gabby you road runner people. So they'll know, you know what I'm saying? I don't think the service will be no different because everything was supreme. Anyway, but just tell them, you know what I'm saying, I sent you know what I'm saying, so we can keep building this relationship.
No, definitely, man. You know, and that's what we like. You know, actually, I'm going to probably be up, I'm thinking I want to be up in Atlanta probably next year because I want to have one of our patients. He goes by Ink God, and I don't got any tattoos on me, and I want to get tatted up. And I told him when I get tatted up, it's gonna be with you.
Okay.
So I have like 4 or 5 patients from Atlanta that I told, hey man, when I go over there, you know, except the ones that have strip clubs because my wife will chop my head off. But besides that, everybody else, I go visit and all that stuff.
You get to Atlanta, man, we're going to have a lot of business, dog. I can promise you that. That's one thing for sure. You get to Atlanta, we have a lot of business.
No, man. That's what it's all about. And more than, like I said, I'm just excited. And we do obviously we do this all the time. But not everybody is, for example, like you. So, for example, sometimes patients are happy with their smile and they walk out. And you, from the beginning, I knew you were very excited, and but you were excited in your own way. You know, you weren't all jumpy and giddy. You were just like, I want to get this done. You put your trust on us. You flew from way back home to here, and now I just barely found out you never been to Mexico before. So you came to a different country, not just going off of what word of mouth is the biggest marketing. So if you would have seen the videos and all, like, maybe you would have said, well, it's cool, but I don't know. But you've heard it from people that you know the work that we did, and that made a huge difference.
A huge one, man. And I did my research. I watched y'all videos on y'all page for like months, because you can know I set this up months ago. You know, so. And even within them months, I was like, man, do I want to go here or go here? But my friend that came here, he was just like, he was adamant. He's like, well, I just sent another guy. You know what I'm saying? We just sent a bunch of people, but not only that, sitting in the waiting room, and you could just listen to other clients that maybe coming for checkups and then came and getting more work done. You can sit back and just eavesdrop on their stories, and everything was, I love them. I love them. Oh, they do such a great job. I love them. So all of that will make you feel better, and it will give you that easing of a feeling that you might need. Yeah, that you in the right place. You know.
Yeah, me and my wife started Supreme Dental a little bit over 15 years ago. We started when we were 21.
Oh wow! And
we started with 2 chairs, and now we have 15 chairs.
That's what's up.
And man, we've been mentioned in the New York Times, HuffPost New York, ICI. We just been in different reports, all over the place, and we've been very blessed. Obviously, welcome to the Supreme family.
Yeah,
we really appreciate you. We appreciate you giving us the opportunity, because you putting your trust in us means a lot. I mean, obviously, a lot of people say, oh, yeah, well, you're getting paid. Yeah, we're getting paid. But more than anything, someone coming from all the way over there, coming all the way over here, I mean, this also has to be some sort of trust, you know?
Right.
And we really, really do appreciate that.
Man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate it, man. I thank you for the hospitality. I thank you for all for just not looking at me as a client. You know, I feel like a friendship was born here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's y'all didn't just like y'all just didn't have me here for my money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really took the time, make sure everything was great. Very professionalism, the timing, y'all had everything down, man. I don't have one bad thing to say. You know what I'm saying? About the whole city. We just need some more Wi-Fi. That's it.
This is true. This is true. So if you're listening, we need more Wi-Fi over here.
That's the only thing, bro. They need more Wi-Fi. Other than that, you have certain places, like when I went to my room, we got Wi-Fi that's right across the street. I'm not saying that to say it was a situation where I'm just totally disconnected from everybody, but that's the only thing y'all missing, bro. Like it's more Wi-Fi. Y'all have Wi-Fi, but just more Wi-Fi. Like that's it. That's the only thing I have. You know what I'm saying?
No, good. And what do you want to say before we leave? Because I know you got to take off to get your flight. What do you want to tell the people out there that are like, I don't know if I should do it. I'm scared of going out of the country. What do you just talk to them?
When you go on, I went on the IG page and I booked my whole session through the IG. Everything that they told me on the IG was I seen. They say he told me where to park at. Had somebody waiting on me as soon as I came across. I walked maybe 100 yards from the border to the office. I walked maybe 20 yards, maybe 40 yards from the office to my hotel. Everything that, if I wanted to eat, it was right there. If I needed medicine, it was right there. Everything is right there. Even the other day, yesterday I walked back across the border to get some clothes out of my car, and that was a smooth walk. You know, everything they tell you when you're booking was right there. Even with the consulting of the price of what they charged me, it was right there. It wasn't, I'm going to get them over here and I'm going to charge them this amount of money, that amount of money. Everything that Frank them told me was exactly what it was. So with them being able to stand on their word of what they did and and everything, the business of the whole process with my mouth was 110%. And I tell anybody, man, hey, you got to go to Supreme Dental Clinic. They're going to get you right.
No, thank you. We appreciate that, Mr. Hopkins. Hopefully, I'm going to give you my number. We're going to stay connected.
Yes, most definitely. Especially you come to Atlanta. You got to let me do the marketing and promo for the grand opening or something, man. You got to let me help in.
No problem. Well, we appreciate you, man. Welcome to Supreme Fam. And thank you for joining us here at Supreme Dental Podcast for Smiling Starts Here.
All right.
First patient right here at the podcast, man. We're happy. Have a good one, guys.
All right.